What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're doing a little BFS fishing. So we have this KastKing Kestrel reel. We're gonna get this baby out of the box, spool it up, put it on a rod, and get to do some fishing. Let you know my honest thoughts on this. All right, y'all, so here it is. We got the Kestrel 7:5 to 1 gear ratio in a left hand. We have it spooled up with 8-pound fluorocarbon, Seaguar fluorocarbon. Got a little pond, mini pond magic, little spinnerbait by KastKing. And on this rod, we have, this is the Zephyr 6.3 ultralight, and it goes up to 1/4 of an ounce, which I believe that's what the spinnerbait is. So we're gonna test this out. I'll let you guys know my initial thoughts. I'm not a huge BFS person, but we're gonna go ahead and dive in, let you know how we think about it. Hopefully we can catch some fish for y'all. Stay tuned. All right, so we picked up this little Creams, little tiny little lipless crankbait. We got these from our advent calendar. We got these little crappy grubs, some crappy jigs, some of these Slabalicious swim baits, then a little mini crankbait. So we have all those to try. Pack this up, and then what we have tied on right now is a little Pond Magic spinnerbait. So we're gonna try that out. Got some lily pads here. I've caught some fish in here, some smaller fish. I don't know if they'll really be biting. Today is the first day. It's been a little warmer. We're getting close to sunset, so we're gonna see what we can do. Just interested to try this out. So for the first cast, we're gonna go ahead and crank this dial up about halfway, just to start out since I'm new to this. Let's go in and check our drag. We'll probably want to have it. That's probably good right there. Tension knob. Gonna leave it a little tighter than usual because I just want to make sure. Dude, there's trees everywhere, so it's gonna be kind of a challenge, but here we go. First cast with a little BFS, and not as far as I'd have liked it to have been. So there was an 8-to-1, I believe, gear ratio, and I just thought that was a little too much. This line actually might be overkill as well. Wow, not too bad. Not really that far, but I really wasn't expecting much out of it. Yeah, moving pretty good through the water. All right, and we can go ahead and click this off just a little bit. Yeah, still not casting very far, but I mean, this is a pretty light bait. I think it's like an 1/8 ounce. So, ooh, got some fish moving through the water. I honestly don't know. I kind of want to switch to that little crankbait we had on. Actually, it does not cast very bad. Actually casts pretty good. Super light. I mean, this rod is definitely a bit of a noodle, but see if we go underhand. Wow, pretty good. There's a little bit of wind too, so didn't expect us to have too great of a cast. But and the more I get comfortable with this, the lighter I'll go with the line. But I'm just hoping we can catch something for y'all. Be kind of cool. But my initial thoughts of this, super easy to cast. This is a 2-piece rod. They did have the Kestrel rod But I decided to go with the Zephyr rod because it was a little cheaper. Just didn't know how much I'd like it. I don't fish a lot of smaller baits. I'm kind of one of those guys that really enjoys throwing, like flipping and using like a heavy, you know, 7.6, 7.11 rod and horsing fishing with some heavier line. But I also just thought it'd be interesting, especially if you catch one on this, you know, catch a bass. It's got to be, oh, we got a follow reel. Ooh, man, we just had a fish tag us. It must be extremely shallow right there. You know what, we're gonna do it. We're gonna put the little cream lipless on because I feel like it gives us our best opportunity to catch us a fish. It is of this, but is obviously a lot lighter than what we were just throwing. So, see how far. Oh, it casts out just about as far. The only thing is, we got a little over spool here because I cast it a little hard. So, just need to maybe tighten it up a little bit. See how this moves through the water. Yeah, not bad. All right. So we'll put it there. Probably turn the brakes up a little bit. Okay, so. Good rod with a lot of backbone, but let's try to cast a little easier this time so we don't overspool. Yeah, this is an extremely light. Oh, we just had a fish come by us right there. For 8-pound test, it's not doing bad. I think though, if we did have, say, like 6 or 4-pound test, might be a little easier to cast. That's actually just about as good a distance as we got with the other one. But yeah, pretty smooth casting. I mean, you don't really have to cast very hard for it to go. I feel like the harder you cast, the harder you're making it on yourself to kind of get it around. But yeah, we had a fish right at the bank. Keep going over here. Try to work our way down here, see if we can get us something. But all right, y'all, so far initial thoughts is it's pretty decent. I mean, I think I paid $60 for the rod. And then the reel was 100, 110 maybe. So not bad. I'd be curious to try out, like, say, the Daiwa or even the Shimano. Kind of compare them to this. But I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's a nice little reel. Feels quality. It's extremely light. So, pretty impressed with it. So, whew. I've been out with a cold for over a week, 2 weeks. So just coming out here, man, I'm exhausted just walking around a little bit. Wearing me out. That cold. I don't know if you guys have caught on to it, but I mean, there's this like flu going around. That's basically what I had. It was no joke. It's like bedridden for like 2 weeks. Try to see how this thing. Yeah, that looks all right. Not ideal, but hey, if I can get it to cast It's definitely a huge win for this Kestrel combo, because this is a very, very light bait here. I mean, that's about as pretty finessey. Wow, it actually casts pretty dang good. But we're just gonna bottom fish it, see if we can get something to hit us. Just kind of, just like I said, bottom fishing. Wow, it actually casts farther than everything else. So maybe I was wrong about the weight, but still very impressed to get this tiny little bait out that far out of this thing. I'd be interested to see if I just drop this down under these rocks, if we'd get something, but what the heck. Something just hit right there. Oh, we just had a fish hit us. I don't know if it was anything worth a dang, but yeah, I love how this thing casts. Yeah, I'm actually, with this size weight of the bait, is like the perfect for this. All right, yo. That's it. So very smooth casting. I think that this is a nice little setup. All right, y'all, just got back in the car. We had the KastKing Kestrel BFS setup. I am super excited about it. Honestly, my first initial thoughts was, hey man, this thing doesn't cast too far. It's a little finicky with the brakes, but after I kind of dialed it in, it's actually really awesome. I mean, we were throwing that little cream, little lipless crankbait. We had some of those Strike King, crappie jigs, Slabalicious, Mr. Crappie stuff. Super extremely lightweight. I think those were like a 1/16 of an ounce jigs, and they were moving pretty good. I mean, we were getting 25 to like 40 yards per cast, somewhere in there. And I'm actually impressed. Towards the end, I started getting really comfortable kind of whipping that thing, and I was able to pitch some of those baits even, which is really cool. So I'm impressed with it. I have no affiliation to KastKing, so I don't owe them anything. They don't pay me. I don't have any contacts with KastKing, so by me giving you this as a completely unbiased opinion, the only thing I own really that's KastKing is this shirt. Yeah, I'm actually shocked. KastKing, I had some of their stuff like back in the day, and the quality was meh. Wasn't really that great, to be honest. It was actually pretty terrible. But you know, trying this for the first time using their stuff, since then they have come a long way, because that is a pretty quality reel. I will say it is very light, kind of does have a little bit of plasticky kind of feel in some ways, but overall it was smooth casting. The reeling and retrieve was extra smooth, but overall, I mean, it felt good, it felt quality. It didn't feel like something that would break on me down the road, so that's good. The casting, I got better and better at it as we were fishing, and you know, smooth retrieving, I really wanted to hear that clicking drag. I really wanted to get a fish on there, but we're gonna take that out crappie fishing one day, kind of scope some crappie or scope some smaller bass and play around with that. I think it'll be a ton of fun. So I really wish we could have caught a fish for you guys. I wish we could have caught a fish for ourselves, because that would have been nice. But overall, I'm really liking the setup. At under $200 for a first-time BFS setup, I mean, if you could spend under $100 for the rod and under the $100 for the reel, you're doing pretty good. So I know like the Shimano is like $260 or something like that, and then I think the Daiwa was like $300. So you're looking at, if you're going for like, and I mean, those are going to be your top quality for BFS. But for an entry level, I really think that this is definitely worth it for the $100. So you guys should definitely check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys would like and subscribe, we're on our way. We're going for 4,000 subscribers this year. We were close to 2,000. I hit my first year target of 1,000. And then this year, or this last year, 2025, was supposed to be 2,000. We came up a little short, but we're close to 1,900 now, and I'm aiming for 4,000 this year. So if you guys would do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you guys a thing. We're going to do a lot of reviews, a lot of tournament videos this year. And as always, I really appreciate you guys. And until next time, y'all, peace.